If there was a God, whether, well, I guess obviously people always think of the God of religion. Um, I have nothing to lose. If there was a God, um, I got nothing to lose because I don't care for religion. And if the God, couldn't do anything because if I lived a whole life of no crime, never broke the law, you know, treated everybody kindly, and I just never cared for religion, well, I have nothing to lose. And the people that think they have you have something to lose for fear is ridiculous. Because bottom line, if God created you, He knows how you can turn up the past, present, future. He knows everything, right? And if God knew all along, since the beginning, I never cared for religion, I'm not going to go seek religion because it doesn't interest me. This God already knows this. Um, Actually, all you have to do is watch this theoretical bullshit. They has a really, really good argument to prove that. Well, he's already proved the arguments to prove of there's no God, and the argument to prove if there was a God, how it would be impossible for there to be a God, for because of what I said. So I have nothing to lose, nothing to fear. If you think about it the way I think, the way I'm telling you, then you have nothing to fear too. No matter if we explain all existence or not. And if it turns out if it's a God of no religion, well then you have nothing to fear either. Because there's no heaven or hell. So you're not to worry. So there's no way I can lose. There's no way you can lose if you think about it like that. And plus all the wrongness in the religions. All the crazy stuff. Can't eat certain foods. Just crazy rules and just crazy rules and evilness that God does. So I have nothing to lose, nothing to fear. And the bottom line, all the people that are religious are living in fear because this is God fearing, fear of God, God fearing. And that's pretty sad for somebody to have to go through that from a child to live in absolute fear, from child from adult. Being free is the best. Yes, we don't know all. We don't know the whole answer of life. The origin of life, how it all started. We don't know what caused the Big Bang. Not yet. Not to say we won't find out. And even if we don't find out, still nothing to fear. Because the gods of the religion, like Aaron Ross said, that God's impossible. Those gods are impossible. But if a God exists of no religion, you have nothing to fear, nothing to lose, because there's no hell nor heaven. It's just probably alien God, some kind of Anunnaki reptilian God. So there's nothing to worry about. And but go ahead and check out the theoretical bullshit where he proves that God cannot exist, and he also proved that if a God did exist, that it would be impossible for it to, it's called "What If I'm Wrong" or something like that. It's impossible for it to exist because of, well, it's really in depth. You have to check it out. So you have nothing to fear either way, and because because the believers believe God created everything, right? God created humans, and if God knows everything, all humans are different. We're different. You know, like I don't care for religion, never did since beginning, since I was young. Until, um, you know, people are born with abnormalities and deficiencies and or schizophrenia, brain disorders, and that's further proof of really no God. I mean, because I mean, why would just God just random pick people with abnormalities, brain disorders, schizophrenia, whatever disease or born with? You know, there's so many reasons why to believe there's just no God, and or you can just break it down easier. Um, if there was a God, the God can show up. God would never show up. You know. So there's so many reasons, and so don't worry. You know, whether you're agnostic or atheist, you have nothing to lose. You have nothing to worry about. Obviously we are going to get further along in science. I mean, like I said, you know, we found shield for dark energy, dark matter. You know, we're just going to get more, learn more and more. So that's just going to happen. That's just the way it's going to. That's the way the things are going to happen. And like Lawrence Krauss said, science will be written, have to be written. Those will be like new theories, new laws of another multiverse, new gravity, new bunch of stuff. See, the believers, like I said, you know, they live in fear. They want to praise God because they're scared. You know, I know this because you know I talk to believers. They say God fearing, fear God. You got to fear God. That's you have to stop and think. The whole religion is it's not faith, it's fear. So that's what it is. Um, you know, I think it's aliens. And if it's alien gods, like I said, you have nothing to worry about. As gods are no religion. So reptilian, slimy creature alien gods. But always when you put the thing with the god is, and we're how the hell did that come out? How the hell did that come out to be? Unless there's a plaque on some kind of world or multiverse that explains why we are created or made from from an alien race, and we were a genetic experiment, then that has validity. But still, the bottom line, if you put gods in there, God, see, the God is the supreme being of everything. I mean, that has to have a creator. It has to come from somewhere. Where did that come from? So I think it's just aliens, natural forces, unknown things we don't know that are alien elements, chemicals, whatever. Aliens themselves, collisions of universes, cosmos, collisions of multiverses, of prior Big Bang collapse and expansion. And the universe is going to end in like 1 billion years, but it's not going to be from heat. It's going to actually be from ice. It's going to be from cold. Everything's going to be frozen. That's what Michio Kaku said. It's not going to be heat death. It's going to be frozen. Everything is going to be frozen. That's 1 billion years from now, man. I mean, seriously. So much for a God's plan, you know? If scientists is pointing out all the evidence, you know, 250,000 years from now, the Andromeda Galaxy is going to collide with the Milky Way galaxy. 1 billion years from now, the universe will end. There's no God's plan. And if it turns out the evolution from the beginning was alien, you know, like a genetic experiment, you know, from whatever you call it, to slime, to fish, to ape, that's where the mystery lies. It could be alien genetic experiment, alien things, transformations, you know? People don't want to look at it like that. They just want to put it, it's God. There's no other explanation. It has to be God. But people are not thinking high like I'm thinking, like atheists are thinking. You know, so many universes, planets, aliens, there's other species out there. We can't be the only species. There's so much out there. You know, out of our star system. You know, So, like I said, we found how we developed the naturalistic beings, and the aliens and other aliens developed the natural beings. It's just going to eliminate gods. It's